Hi, everybody, and welcome to the June monthly energy forecast, 2022 monthly energy forecast. So, if you are new, hi, I'm medium and intuitive Marisa Liza Pell, and I'm here every month at the 15th of every month to bring you the monthly energy forecast where I go over the key dates for all your major decisions and the energies of the month. And I usually start on the 15th of the month and go to the 15th of the next month. If you'd like to receive the monthly energy forecast in your email, as well as our weekly energy forecast, where I go over that live every week, make sure that you go into the description of this video and sign up for our newsletter. And they go out the 15th of every month. So hello, how are you? Welcome to the June monthly energy forecast. And let me just tell you that this month is going to be epic. What do I mean by epic? I know that the last few months have been so turbulent for a lot of you with our eclipses, with our Mercury retrograde. Now we're finally out of that. And almost like the energy is moving so quickly forward, you're kind of like, how do I, even keep up with this energy, how quickly that it's moving? Well, this is everything you've been preparing for. And I want you to be able to take full advantage of this energy for June, for the 15th of June to the 15th of July. Those are my monthly. So it's not like it is the June monthly energy forecast, but it goes to the 15th of July. So I am calling this the star alignment month because when I say the month, I say the next 30 days. That's what I'm talking about. And what I had channeled when I do channel the monthly messages, I actually channel them before I even give them to you and I write them out by hand. And it almost plays out like a story when it comes out. So I have to just give you a sense of what is coming in for this month. So let's just start out with today, the 15th. This is the beginning of complete alignment for your star goals. And when I say star goals, and what came to me about star goals is it's basically the highest level of possibility that your soul came here for your earth mission. What is your highest potential? What's your highest probability? What is your big star alignment potential? And this is the month where you can actually get your footing on that. I always tell people when I do intuitive sessions, I can read your energy map, and it's kind of like an adventure map, right? It's kind of like you open up an old school map, and there's different highways, there's different back roads, there's different ways to get to somewhere, and you can go to California on your map or you go to New York on your map. It all depends on what you choose and what decisions that you're making on a daily basis, which way you go. So it really is. Life is like a choose your own adventure book, but you can choose to live life also, and I call it different lanes of the highway. You may be on the same highway, but you may be in the slow lane or the fast lane. So you can have different experiences of vibration and different experiences of fulfillment on those different lanes of the highway. So while you could all be on the same highway, we can all be on the same road. The one person might be in lower energy and experiencing life as suffering, being down, anxiety, prone to chaos or gossip, or just things kind of stumbling, not working out. And the same person that's in the next car in the other lane might be just free flowing, happy, joyous, and free, right? Well, it's possible for all of you. So when I talk about the star month, this is your highest frequency, your highest potential. And this is how you can access that. So the 15th, which is today, is the beginning of complete alignment with your star goals. So you might find that there is more to do than usual with your tasks connected to your star goals. You might find these tasks are a little bit tedious, maybe even putting them off. But these are necessary for you to build that solid foundation. Your star goals don't have to be concrete to finances or career. They could be spiritual. They could be connected with your spiritual path, your intuition, or it could be that they're connected to your creative project. It's all within you what your star goal is, or a personal star goal. You might not know what your star goal is, and that's fine, but the universe does. And so, as long as you use this energy and this opening and this doorway as an opportunity to kind of lead you through, you're right in that energy. These energy portals aren't guarantees. They're not like, hey, this is going to happen. This is a prediction. These are open energy doorways. If you ask me, should I go buy a house or a car in a Mercury retrograde? No, you're probably going to have a lot of disruptions, a lot of delays, a lot of pushback, a lot of confusion, frustration. So I'd say, hey, wait till after this time period. So all I'm giving you is a open doorway, a window of opportunity, which is ideal for that star alignment. So I just want to let you know that you have been preparing for this for the last 3 months, or all that turbulence you've been going through, all those things that have been coming up, all those tough emotions, all those endings. I have been preparing you to align you to your star goal. And just to go over it again, like if you're reading your records from the other side, it's kind of like you have the potential to do A, B, C, or D, and all of those are great. But this is where you're really going to shine. This is really part of your life mission to connect with that this month. So the 16th and 17th, if we look at those 2 days, once you kind of connect to that energy, and just by listening to this recording, just by actually accessing that in your mind, like, hey, I want to connect to my star alignment goal, whatever that is and whatever comes to you, let your intuition kind of speak to you and say, this is that goal. You're going to know it when it comes to you. And you might have a couple, right? So then when you put it out there to the universe today and you say, I'm kind of ready to move ahead, or you might be already moving ahead, the 16th and 17th are going to be part of those mundane routine tasks that need to be in place. So I have to read, my writing, which sometimes doesn't even make sense. These are boring and not fun tasks to build that solid foundation, but these foundations are required. So the next 2 days are kind of going to be boring, going through your mundane tasks, but these are necessary tasks to kind of move you in the right direction. And these are required for the star goal. Now, I know a lot of you tend to be analytical. Now's not the time. You just have to realize, say, Marisa told me the energy is open. I'm going to align with my star goal, my star creative goal. You can also, go to my website, connectionbeyond.com. And I do these types of sessions. I do these intuitive sessions where, you can talk to me about the transitions that you're going through. We can look over the different paths. We can look over the different options. We can strategize on where is best. Like you go to AAA, you look at your roadmap and you say, okay, which route is going to be the route without the most construction, the least difficult, the prettiest drive. Well, that's the kind of work that I do with people that are in transition and transformation. This isn't, hey, what does my future look like? Because I don't believe in a hardcore future. I believe that we have different futures along those different pathways. So if you want to discuss those pathways, go on my website, get on my wait list, and we'll get you a session to go over and strategize your transitions. That's really my work where I'm moving forward into, is for people in transition. If you're just looking for, a session to see what comes up or something for more entertainment, I'm not for you at this point in time. But if you're looking to look along those pathways and see what options are best for you, and for us to sit down and create a plan for you, moving forward for this star month, for this star alignment, that is a really, really great way to get started. And I don't have to be your mentor. Okay. There's lots of different mentors, but you want somebody who works as a transformational guide to help you to navigate these roads right now, because you want to go down the best road for yourself and the path of least resistance. Let's go back to the 18th and 19th. This is a time, it's Father's Day weekend. So happy Father's Day to those fathers out there, or, even the fathers that have passed. We recognize them too. And fathers to be. Okay. So this is a time, I know it's Father's Day weekend, but it's a time I'm hearing to spend time with friends and more in nature and less at festivals, restaurants, carnivals, crowds. Okay, so Father's Day weekend, I'm sure a lot of you are making, restaurant reservations. I think it's going to be quite hectic. I would say picnic in the park is the best way to go, or doing something that is a little further away from the main thoroughfare of people. I find that it could be a little bit crazy out this weekend. Now, the 20th, we're moving away from friends and family, and we're going into your contracts, longer term financial commitments. Best day for larger, longer term financial decisions, contracts, and commitments. Thinking of making a big purchase, this is the best time to consider that and do that. 21st, best day for summer trips and plans. So if you want to go on a trip or you're making your summer plans, the best day to do it is 21st. 22nd. Now, this is where the storyline is starting to come up. The 22nd is your purge day. Okay. Once you start out on this new path, once you go into your star alignment, you are going to raise your vibration and not be connected to the lower energy vibrations of things that you may be holding on to. And the 22nd is where I really tend to talk about purging things that no longer align with the path that you're going on. So this is the best day to get rid of old energy. I didn't want to write this in my monthly forecast. I certainly did not want to write this, but I channel whatever comes to me. And it says best day to get rid of old energy and people too. So if there's people that are connected to old energy, that may not be good for you at the time being. They might be better at an arm's length. I didn't want to write that, but that's what came through. 23rd of June. This is an interesting day because I have an arrow connected to the 22nd and 23rd. This is a day of release. So remember, we talked about the last 3 months connecting to your old wounds, right? And we've been trying to access them. We've been trying to get there. We've been trying to break patterns. This is a day of release. This is a day, tears and grieving, whenever a lot of energy is moved or purged in your physical space, then that old sadness and grief does have the opportunity to come to the surface. And I feel that if you listen to the forecast for the 22nd, the next day after you move all that energy, all that sadness and grief, and it's like right there, it's right on the surface. It's not like deep down into the roots, like we've been talking about moving that energy. It's right there. This is the day if you're trying to get to the root of a problem, if you're trying to get to the root of an emotional issue, this is the day to get there. It's the best day to get to the root of the problem, best day to access your childhood wounds and finally let go. But like I said, if you want help with that, 22nd is the purge day. Once you throw away things, once you purge the material, that emotional, because it's kind of like padding. It's kind of like, protecting your energy to hold on. And when you let go, it may not be that you're letting go of emotions connected to those things. It's just making space for that energy to really come up. Now the 24th, man, these all go together. 24th is a day of reckoning. Okay, so you're releasing, right? Stuff's coming up. I feel that as you're going to be releasing, you're going to hit a truth, and you're going to hit a hard truth, maybe about yourself, probably about yourself, but probably about other people connected to you and what you've allowed for a long period of time. And these are hard truths. These are realizations, and these are things you've been running away from probably for the last 30 years if you're watching this and you're older than 30. There's no way that you could distract yourself from this hard truth. There's no way that you can run. There's no way that you can make it a fantasy or deny that this is happening or that this truth doesn't exist. It was allowed for a while. It's not allowed now. But once you see this harsh truth, there's no way to run from it. It's going to be glaring. There's no rose-colored glasses, and there's no way around the truth. So this is the day of reckoning. It's going to be a tough day for a lot of you that are looking to bring stuff up and release it. You might come to a very, very tough realization, but that's what you've been running from your whole life. So let it arise. And if you Go with the line, the 22nd purge, 23rd release, 24th truth. You'll see that it's all connected. The 25th and 26th is preparing alone. So once you realize this harsh truth, 25th and 26th, it's like you're kind of standing there in shock. Like, okay, these are the truths. This is the truth. I have to let myself be present with this. I have to let myself stand in this and realize, like, I have to integrate with this because maybe you've been disconnected from this for a very long time. So this is preparing along the road for decisions to take place. And the 27th is when you might make a decision. This could be internal. This might be an internal decision. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this career anymore. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I don't want to deal with this family member anymore. Or I'm ready to just completely change my life and I have a shift and that's it. And I'm moving toward it. Okay. This is the precision day. 28th. It's kind of like you made that decision, and imagine if you were in prison and they opened the prison door and you've been living in a prison this whole time in this untruth. And they're like, here are your clothes. Here's the key. Here's your stuff. And they open that door and it's bright out. And for the first time, you see the light and they're like, go ahead, walk out. And you're like, wait, I've been in this prison for so long. I don't even know how to do that. 28th is that open door where you're finally seeing it. Like, oh my God, I'm free and I could walk through this door. But you don't know how to do it because you haven't done it. You haven't been free for all this time. Do you see how the story is kind of unfolding to get to your star alignment? So important. 29th is when you finally take a breath and you realize your freedom. You stop standing in the doorway and you actually stop looking at the doorway and you actually start to walk out. Like, imagine that prison door. Finally, you've been in that prison. You've been chained to whatever emotional trauma you've been connected to. It's like, hey, the chains are off, but you don't know what to do. So now that doorway's open. Just imagine the doorway of white light. And now that 29th, you're realizing your freedom is standing right in front of you. You stop, you stand in the doorway of the present moment in awe and realize the world is your oyster. And it's time to step out. And the 30th, you're going to be stepping out for the first time into freedom. So, I don't know. It's so weird. The last 2 weeks, obviously I'm a medium as well, and I have spirits come. And every morning I'm waking up with somebody who loved the 80s. Love the 80s. I don't know who it is, but they're constantly playing 80s songs in my head every morning. The last one for the last week has been George Michael's Freedom. And I hear it over and over and over and over again. And this is the theme for the month, the 30th. You're finally stepping out for the first time into freedom. So July, imagine you walk out that doorway and you see the road and there's nobody even used this road. It's freshly paved. You complete clear path, new road. Nothing is on it. No car has used it. It is completely clear. There's no extra energy on it. Nothing holding you back. It is a moment in time, July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, where you're like, wow, this is everything I've been looking for, but I don't know what to do. But I'm just going to realize this is my road. And it's brand new. It's like the gold bricks on the road, ready to take it. You're ready to go. Then you're going to be standing on this road and realize you may have left some people behind in your heart or in your mind. You still love them, but you've left them behind because of this decision. So you'll be able to witness over the 4th, 5th, and 6th, the lower energies, almost like instead of being enmeshed with it, entangled with it, and you're just absorbing it and you feel like it's a web. You're actually from your road, your new road, you're going to be looking down or across or through the woods. And you're going to be watching these dramas play out with the people that aren't doing their work. And it's almost like you're watching a movie. You're no longer attached to it. And that's freedom. You're going to see that the 4th, 5th, and 6th. You're going to see where other people are. They're maybe on the slow lane in the highway and you moved to the fast lane. All right. So take a deep breath. Even with getting all this energy, it's like I'm holding my breath because it's so intense. Whew. And I know you hearing it, it's probably some of you, it's really intense for you. So just breathe into it. Just take a deep breath because you know, like this, if this resonates with you, you know how powerful that this month can be. So the 7th, after you kind of are standing in one vibration, looking at people in the other vibration, you are ready. And you're finally, it's the 7th is a good family day trip to see relatives far away or just taking a day trip, a family trip. Let me get to the rest of my month. The 8th, wow, power day, great finance day. I told you, I just have to write down whatever comes to me. I'm not predicting anything, but if you get a scratch off this day, if you get a lottery ticket, everyone's always like, for the past 25 years of this career, am I going to win the lottery? I don't know. If I knew, I'd probably get the ticket before you, right? I'd probably get my own ticket if I knew the lottery numbers. But I did hear, if you're going to play it on the 8th. But this is not a prediction, so don't be writing in on my comments like, oh, I didn't win any money. Just saying, somebody on the other side is speaking to somebody who's listening. For the 9th, if you want to go on a small trip, go around water, now's the time. And the 10th, like water energies, again, bringing up emotion. So the 10th, I feel, is another release day, another sad day. But from the 11th through the 13th, it's pick yourself up, get packing, and start moving. I almost see a backpack on your back going up a mountain. It's a revival of your physical energy. So if you've been fatigued, if you've been emotionally exhausted, if you've had no energy the past 3 to 6 months, this is a revival of your physical energy and your physical stamina and strength returning. And I hear climb the mountain, and I'm just getting the 14th and 15th being solid. So all the work you've done in the past 3 to 6 months, rewards from all your efforts from the past 3 months. And I see a little mountain and a guy standing on top, or a girl with a little flag being like, I finally have this solid foundation under my feet. I did it. You're reaping some reward for your efforts by the 15th of July. Whew. Stand on top of that mountain. You're free. Reading some extra reading on travel, magazine articles, blogs, really good to do. You might find a place you'd like to venture. The 16th is a relief. I feel like you're breathing and you're like, oh my God, all this hard work. I got my reward. So I'm just going to take a breath. And I'm there. And just me going over this month's energy, I feel like I've just gone through it, just reading it off to you. So make sure, because I'm already out of energy just talking about the energy, make sure you leave a comment if this resonates with you. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you're doing that, because that way you're going to be getting everything in your email when I'm going live. And then you can interact with me live rather than getting it on the replay. Make sure that you also like this Facebook page, because that's where we do the lounge live every week. And make sure you're getting the monthly and weekly energy forecasts. If you're getting this, you're on my monthly forecast list. You're on our exclusive subscriber list. Make sure you're forwarding this, sharing it with anyone who needs it. And make sure if you're watching that from the forward, you're getting on my monthly energy forecast list. And that description is in this video. Make sure you put your email on. It's free. Then you'll be getting all of my updates weekly, monthly, and all the transformational updates that I also put on manifestation. So we will see you next month, and make sure to comment, because I'm already overwhelmed with talking about this month's energy, because I'm so excited for all of you and that star alignment that is coming. For those of you who watch this, you are highly sensitive, you are intuitive, and I can't wait to see what this month finally brings to those of you who have worked really hard. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.